G'day everyone, it's Jay and welcome back to Derriere Farms, where today we are going to take a first look at Silverrun Forest and the new Platinum DLC that actually ended up coming out a little bit early, and I have had some time to tinker with it. And I'm going to give you my impressions at the end of the video. But this is essentially a first look map tour. And I'm going to try and make it as quick as possible because I'm sure some of you have already had a look around the map. Remember to sound off in the comments because I'm very curious. Let me know what you think of the DLC. Like I said, I'm going to give my opinion at the end of the video. In the meantime, afterwards, I would be curious to hear what you think. Whether it's what you expected, whether it's a little bit more, or whether you're a little bit disappointed with what's being offered in the Platinum DLC. When you first load into the map, you load into, well, I think this beautiful part of the Pacific Northwest, overlooking a pond. You're on a small bridge, and I think the new water looks fantastic. I also think the new trees look great. And if we turn around, you can see there is the equipment that we start with, except for, and I have purchased it so we can do the map tour, the Kubota Sidekick, or whatever it's called, the ATV. Up here, you also get a pretty good view of, well, the town itself. And it definitely looks like a small northwestern town, logging community. So I think Giants have done a good job there. I had a look around here and I couldn't find anything. I know there are 20 collectibles on the map, and I'm gonna go looking for those, not necessarily as part of a Let's Play, but just to help you find them. I won't use them in my, I'll use them as I come across them in my Let's Play. So, here we are. Here's your house. You unfortunately can't go inside, but you can see inside, and I think it's very nice. You start off with a tractor. Well, we'll go over the equipment we have afterwards. But let's take a quick look at what we own in terms of this area. So we own from the farm pretty much right down this road, which we're going to travel down to the village or the town. And then out to the sawmill and the lumberyard, and a little bit to the northwest of where we are now. There's definitely some, I had a look at the trees. There's a good variety of trees and a good variety of lumber to be had around. So again, assuming you're into lumber, you've got plenty to get started with. Let me just open my little map because, like I said, I'm new. Oh, yes, we can't forget these. The streams, we had a look at those in the live stream, and oh boy, up close they're even more, I don't want to say spectacular, but even more vibrant there. That's the right word. Than they appeared in the Giants live stream. Probably should have picked something a little bit faster. Okay, I'm going to meet you down in the village because I don't want this video to take forever, especially for those of you that have already had a quick tour around. Alright, after a short trip down the mountain, we find ourselves in the town of Silverrun Forest. And we're going to take a look. This is the vehicle dealer. This is where all your vehicles that you purchase will appear, unless you have the store deliveries mod. Of course, right across the street, we have the gas station. and a billboard for the new Porsche tractor. I'm not going to touch that. That's totally something I'm mixed feelings about. Beautiful railroad station, definitely fits with the theme of the area, and I didn't realize the Kubota was quite so tippy, so I'm going to have to be careful. I'm glad that they didn't just recycle the houses from Elm Creek or somewhere like that. Here's the hotel, which is actually a selling point, and well, you can find this hotel quite as easily on Elm Creek as you could anywhere in North America. It's one of those cheap, pay-by-the-hour motels. I don't think Giants would appreciate it being called a pay-by-the-hour motel, but that's essentially what it is. The houses, I think, look really, really good. The only thing I don't like is the fact that because this is a DLC, everything, for the most part, and we'll go into that in a second, is locked away. So you cannot use these houses if you want on other maps. These are locked into the DLC, although I'm sure there are some people that will figure out how to unlock that. Silverrun Fire Station, I'm sure they get really busy in the summer. And we'll go over the industries in a little bit, but there's a furniture factory. I forget what this one is. But we'll go through the industries and let you know exactly what they are in a separate video. The pier, I think, looks great with the boats down there. One of the things I was a little bit disappointed... Oh, I could go for ice cream. Was a little bit disappointed with was the fact that we can build boats, but we can't actually go and, well, go sailing on the boat. There's the barrel factory with a couple more facilities around town. Now, we will go and we'll take a look at the roller coasters separately in a little while, but you can see the start of it on the right as we drive down the lakefront. And there is the boat production and launching facility right across from the major sawmill. There is another sawmill at the northern part of the map, and we'll take a look at that. This one, I haven't done a lot of experimenting, like I said, with the productions, and we're going to take a look at that. This is definitely a place to buy and sell wood. You can also call and rent the train, and you can buy your products here. It is not purchasable. This is a non-purchasable production or buy. I'm going to call it a buy point. And I guess it's so that everybody has access to it on multiplayer. As you can see, here are fields. There are, well, this field doesn't really have a definition to it, but you could plow it fairly easily. And then there are two other fields here and one other field further down. And we'll take a look at those on the map again later. I like is they even got the signals right for the old. They look like they're not Burlington Northern, because Burlington Northern upgraded their signals by the point that they took over the Great Northern, but they definitely are the correct railroad signals for the region. And I think this part here, we're going to stop. This is very well done. The railroad bridge next to the road, the river, and the reflections are spectacular. Alrighty then, a little bit of a trip down the road, and we come to Waffle Hut South. I like it. I wish this was a production point as opposed to just a sell point. Kind of like we had the bakery in the base game. I think a waffle/pancake hut would have been fantastic, but there is no real, well, I can see why they didn't put it on this map. There's no real place to go and sell it. Alright, there's the connection to Elm Creek just down the right, and I'm gonna follow the trail up the mountain path on the main road. Till we get to the next point of interest. I will see you in a second. Okay, and here we are. We're a little bit further down the trail, and we're at the rural farm. When I first saw the rural farm on, again, the live stream from Giants or in their blogs, I thought, oh, cool. Another farm that you might be able to purchase, but no, it is a sell point. And it's located pretty much halfway up the west side of the map on your way to the ore mine. And the ore mine is the one we are going to take a look at next. So I'll bring you back in when we get to the ore mine. And here we are at the abandoned ore mine. It still looks pretty good to me. I mean, I was hoping this was going to be a little bit of another one of the construction projects when they first told us about it. The abandoned ore mine, that we would have to, like with the roller coaster or with the boats, we would have to provide various materials and get the old ore mine up and running again. But no, it's not purchasable, it's purely decorative. Nothing you can do with it. You can see the views are spectacular. Now you can, and well, let's talk about the rock faces very quickly. The built-in rock faces you cannot modify or change. If they're there, it's just painted on. Like on any other map, you can get rid of them, and you can flatten out, you can landscape, and you can paint. So you could, in theory, have a nice flat area for your farm. If you've cleared an area and you want more agricultural production. Okay, here's the Iron Peaks Mining Company. It produces iron ore at a consistent rate. It doesn't tell you how much there is, but again, this is a non-purchasable production point, and it is free for everyone. The rock/debris crusher is also here. And now these are two pieces of equipment that you can use to get iron ore. They are free. They are not part of your fleet, and you do not need to pay to use them nor maintain them. So that's a nice little touch. The bucket's only 1,000 liters, so it's, you know, when my operation gets big enough, I will be buying a proper Volvo front-end loader and bringing it up here with a large capacity bucket. And but Again, I really do like the views, and this is the one part. The fog, the mist, they have definitely gone and put a lot of effort into making this a visually appealing map. Alright, let's move on to the next part of the map. Alright, I'm going to stop here because I've found some of them. There are the sequoia firs. They are protected, and you are not supposed to cut them down. And if you do cut them down and you take them to the lumber yard, they're not really worth anything. So, A, they're too big for a logging machine. B, you don't really get any money for them. So there is an incentive to leave them alone. Alright, I will see you over at the other sawmill. Man, this is nice though. Okay, I'll see you at the other sawmill. Okay, as it's en route, we'll come down this spectacular view. And this is the paper mill. Personally, I think it's a little bit small, but that's fine. It means you are going to be able to place it in other places if you want to, and on other maps. I don't know how much paper is worth, but I know in real life, big paper mills make lots of money. Alright, like I said, I will see you over at the northern sawmill. I just wanted to stop and show you the paper mill and the view. Alright, another beautiful location on the map, and that is the northern sawmill. This is, oh boy, definitely fits the part for the Pacific Northwest. It's old, and I can't remember, like I said in one of my previous videos, I can't remember. I think it was Sonoma. One of the, anyway, it was FS15 maps actually had a sawmill similar to this, and this one works differently than the other one. This one is purchasable. Excuse me. But you drop the logs in the water, they go up into the sawmill, and then they get processed from there. Let me try that. Spawn object, pallet, wood, pine, 8 meters. And I'm going to turn on my super strength. I probably have to go across and hit the sell wood. But let's do that. I'm sorry if this makes the video a little bit longer. I'm just curious to see how good the animation is. There we go. Not the same type of log we put in there, but it pulls the log up and sends it in for processing. Nice. Anyway, I think this whole area too is very nicely done. Again, you have a railroad yard up here where you can load your train, and you can either take your lumber to the southern sawmill, or you can send it off to Elm Creek, or you can just bring a train load of lumber and fill up your sawmill. All in all, though, I think this has a very nice feel to it. And of course, I left my Kubota in the middle of the road, and traffic is going to get by. That's okay. We're now pretty much seeing most of the map. We could take a trip down from where we are here, back down. The only thing we're missing is a gas station and the other Waffle Hut. We've already seen what the Waffle Hut looks like. And you follow the road. Trees, beautiful, very scenic. just like the tour up here, but you follow the road and you end up back in town. Actually, I'm going to move this because it's annoying me. So, the map, I think, is beautiful. This is now, like I said, this is my opinion point. The map is beautiful. It's definitely a very well done logging map. However, it is just that. And I said that in some of my other videos. Once a little bit more information came out of Giants, there are, well, let's call it 1, 2. We'll call this a field because we could create a field from it. And there is another field there. So essentially there is 4 fields on the map. Giants initially were marketing this, and Kermit even said in a couple of interviews that this is, yes, it's a forestry map, but for those of you that like agriculture or arable agriculture, like I do, that you would have plenty of opportunities to farm. I don't consider these fields plenty of opportunities to farm. I mean, look at how big the map is. There's plenty of opportunities for forestry. But yeah, I'm sorry. That was a letdown for me that we have so few areas where we can actually do arable production. I was hoping they were going to do a kind of a 50-50 like they did with Erlengrat, where there would be, let's say, 10 or so arable fields, and the rest of the map would have been forestry. That's my biggest letdown, especially as we still have access to all the base game productions. Most of them are useless, and there is no point adding them to the game with such a limited area to farm. I mean, yes, we could put down a cow barn. Then we need a decent sized field to be able to make grass. You're going to need sheep because one of the productions requires wool. That's the animal production. Sorry, not the animal. Well, the animal house production. And we will talk about that a little bit later. So that's really my opinion. I'm a little bit let down. I was hoping that this was going to be, like I said, have more of an arable area. I've always struggled with logging. I don't have the heavy equipment bundle that other people have that make it easier. So we will find out as we play along how good I am at logging and how enjoyable this map is. Like I said, the other thing I'm a little disappointed with is I have had a chance to tinker a bit. And while you can put your productions down, most of your productions down on, let's say, Elm Creek or Aubé-Laurent, you're rather limited in the inputs for them. I really hoped Giants would have modified the carpentry business, not the carpentry business, but the sawmills on the base game maps so that they could output some of the new products that the sawmills here do. They only make boards, the sawmill, or on the base game maps, and you need quite a few different products for some of the other productions. You need metal. Yes, you can put down the iron furnace on another map. You can cheat in if you wanted to. You can cheat in the iron, but there is no iron mine on any of the other maps, of course. Those are not boards, those are planks. There's no way to produce those, for example, at the sawmills on the other map. So hopefully either Giants or a modder is going to change that. Okay, having said that, we are almost at the half-hour mark, so that is my first look and my impression of Silverrun Forest. While I was initially, like I said, 10 out of 10 excited when this map was first and they started doing the teasers of what was coming with it, I was like, boy, maybe I will definitely get back into forestry. Now that I've seen the map, and like I said, with the limitations, especially on regular agriculture, because I guess forestry is agriculture, agroforestry, with the limitations, I'm somewhere either between 7 or 8 out of 10 excited. But let's see what happens over the next couple of days, because I will be starting a Let's Play series. And I know that's a first for me, and I am also going to do some how-to videos. Thanks for watching. Please remember to leave a comment. And if you're not subscribed yet, do subscribe, because there will be plenty more content. Thanks for watching. Jay.